There exists a house on 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, Long Island, a house that has whispered stories of unimaginable terror for decades. A house where the echoes of a brutal past collide with something far darker. This is the story of the Amityville murders and the horrors that, in 1974, the DeFeo family lived in this idyllic Dutch colonial house. To the outside world, they were a perfect family. Ronald DeFeo Sr., his wife Louise, and their 5 children seemed to enjoy a peaceful suburban life. But behind closed doors, things were far from perfect. Ronald DeFeo Jr., known as Butch, struggled under the weight of his father's overbearing authority and his own battles with drug addiction and anger. Their home, though outwardly perfect, was filled with tension and hostility, a powder keg waiting to explode. On the night of November 13th, 1974, the unimaginable happened. Butch, armed with a .35 caliber rifle, shot each member of his family as they lay sleeping in their beds. 6 lives were snuffed out in a chilling spree of violence. Butch calmly disposed of the weapon and acted as though nothing had happened. The next day, he even feigned shock and grief, alerting neighbors and police to the discovery of his family's bodies. Just a year later, the Lutz family moved into the house, unaware of its grisly past. It wasn't long before they began experiencing horrifying phenomena: doors opening on their own, mysterious odors, and chilling cold spots. George Lutz claimed he saw glowing red eyes staring at him through a window one night. After only 28 days, the Lutz family fled the house, leaving behind all their possessions. They claimed they could no longer endure the relentless torment of whatever evil resided within. The Amityville house still stands, though its appearance has changed. Debates about whether the hauntings were real or fabricated continue to this day. But one thing remains certain: its dark history casts a long, terrifying shadow over anyone who dares to step inside. Was it the weight of the murders that tainted the house, or was it something far older, far darker? The story of Amityville remains a haunting mystery, a reminder that some places never forget. Was it the weight of the murders that tainted the house, or was it something far older, far darker? The story of Amityville remains a haunting mystery, a reminder that some places never forget. On a cold, foggy evening in Essex, a lone figure walks down a deserted path, the outline of a large, foreboding house looming in the distance. This is Borley Rectory, an unassuming building that would become infamous for its paranormal history. Built in 1863 on the grounds of an ancient monastery, Borley Rectory became the residence of the Reverend Henry Bull. It wasn't long before villagers whispered about a ghostly nun forever wandering the gardens, mourning a forbidden love. On a cold, foggy evening in Essex, a lone figure walks down a deserted path, the outline of a large, foreboding house looming in the distance. This is Borley Rectory, an unassuming building that would become infamous for its paranormal history. Built in 1863 on the grounds of an ancient monastery, Borley Rectory became the residence of the Reverend Henry Bull. It wasn't long before villagers whispered about a ghostly nun forever wandering the gardens, mourning a forbidden love. Roger and Carolyn Perrin moved into the house with their 5 daughters, eager to start a new chapter. But from the moment they stepped inside, an unsettling energy filled the air. Doors creaked open on their own, and objects disappeared, only to reappear in strange places. Unbeknownst to the Perrins, the house had a dark history. Built in the 18th century, it had witnessed tragedy after tragedy, from suicides to murders. The land seemed cursed, and the spirits of its past inhabitants never left. The most malevolent spirit was that of Bathsheba Sherman, a suspected witch who once lived on the property. Her hatred for the living was palpable. Carolyn Perron became her target, waking up with mysterious bruises and hearing whispers that called her name. Desperate for answers, the Perrons reached out to renowned paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. What the Warrens found was more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. A portal to the other side, with countless spirits trapped in anguish. The Warrens attempted a séance to cleanse the house, but it unleashed something even darker. Carolyn was thrown across the room by an unseen force, and the family fled, their lives forever scarred. Although the Perron family eventually left the house, they never truly escaped its grasp. To this day, the Harrisville farmhouse remains a chilling reminder of the horrors that lie just beyond our understanding.